Hello friends, welcome to this video. In this video, we are discussing paper 2 of Ldce exam 2023 for categories 1, 8 and 9. We'll discuss each question with respect to the original source from which they were asked. So let's begin with question number 1. Which one of the following statements is correct? An answer to a parliament question may refer to the answer to a question in other house during a current session. So for this question, we have to go to the original manual of parliamentary procedure, which I have opened on the right side. On page number 30 of this PDF, in para H, you can see that answer to a question will not refer to the answer to a question of proceedings in other house during a current session. So this statement becomes wrong. The second statement is, whenever a minister while replying to a question deviates from the printed version, the department will communicate the fact to Secretariat as well as information officer. For this option, we have to go to page number 33, para 13.3.14. So it says that while replying, ministry will immediately communicate to Secretariat as well as information officer. So this statement becomes right. The third option says the printed answer, if there is an inaccuracy, a notice of intention to make a statement will be given by the minister within a fortnight. So if we go to para 3.16 below, it says that within a week the notice has to be given. So the statement 3 is also incorrect. So we are left with the right answer, which is 2 only, B. The second question asked is from GFR rules. It says 4 statements are given. The first statement is, a subordinate non-gazetted officer can be authorized by a HO office, head of office, to incur contingent and miscellaneous expenditure on his or her behalf. So we know that a non-gazetted officer cannot be authorized by head of office to incur contingent and miscellaneous expenditure. So this statement is wrong. For second statement, we will read it here for you. All financial sanctions need not indicate the details of budget had from which the expenditure is to be made. So for this, we have to go to page 6 of GFR rules and we have to refer to rule 25 of 1. It says that all sanctions to the expenditure shall indicate the details of the provisions in the relevant grant or appropriation from where such expenditure is to be made. So there is a change in this answer. It is written not indicate, but it is actually we have to indicate. So option 2 becomes wrong. Then the third option is, as a general rule, sanction for any fresh charge shall lapse if no payment in whole or part has been made during a period of 12 months from the date of issue. So for this, we'll go to page 7, rule 30. It says that sanction for any fresh charge shall, unless it is specifically renewed, lapse if no payment in whole or in part has been made during a period of 12 months. So the statement is correct. Fourth statement is, sanction for the purchase of stores shall not lapse if tenders have been accepted within the period of 1 year of the date of issue of that sanction. So further, sub rule 3 says, in case of purchase of stores, sanction shall not lapse if tenders has been accepted. So we are left with 2 correct options, which is 3 and 4. So answer is B. Now the questions which we'll be discussing in this PDF belongs to Manual of Office Procedure. For that, we'll open Manual of Office Procedure. I'm using the latest version, which is for the year 2022, which is the 16th edition. So let's start with question number 3. In case of receipt of a 100-page report as an enclosure to a DO letter, which of the following statements related to filing of papers is not correct? Let me increase the size of the question so that it is clearly visible. I hope it's better now. Yes. So we have to find the option which is not correct. The DO letter is filed in the correspondence portion. So generally UPSC asks multiple questions from a single topic. In this case, MOP is the topic. In MOP, generally the options are made from the same paragraphs. So if you have read that subtopic, in case DO letter, you will be able to answer all these questions correctly, all these options correctly. So for this question, we have to go to page number 58 of this PDF. In para 6.6, subpara 7, if you will read this paragraph, you will come to the right answer that A, B, C are correct, whereas the option D, appendix to notes and appendix to correspondence, may be kept along with the respective noting portion or correspondence portion respectively in the main file, which is incorrect. And other three options are correct. Question number 4. Which of the following record retention schedule is applicable in case of records pertaining to the substantive items of department, including the items of work handled by attached and subordinate officers under the department? So it's related to record retention. For this we will go to page number 129 and paragraph 10.7. So it says, in respect of records connected with its substantive functions, departments may issue departmental record retention schedule vetted by National Archives of India. So option D becomes the right answer. Let's move on to question number 5. The identified person in any department who holds privileged rights to manage all the reference data, transfer of cases, reports, permissions, such privileges, etc. in case of e-file is called. For this we will go to page number 216. In page number 216, in this table, in para 2, the definition of e-file administrator matches with the question. That e-file administrator is the identified person who has the privileges to manage all these documents. So option B is the right answer. Question 6 says, which of the following is not a responsibility of PSO? For this, we'll go to functions of PSO, which are given on page 30 of the PDF. So para 7 here says that PSO will manage the personal section. Okay. Will keep himself aware of key performance areas, vision, mission of the ministry department, which is option D. Maintains engagement diary, which is option A. Manage personal section, which is option B. But he does not have the responsibility of taking dictation, transcribing, handling telephone calls. I think this work has to be done by a junior officer, which is a PA or PS. Okay, so here we can see that PS or PA is terminal for grade D, okay, take dictation, transcribing, telephone calls. So this work has to be done by PS or PA rank officer. Now question number 7. Appendix to notes. Consider the following in the context of arrangement of papers in a file. So this question has been asked multiple times by UPSC because this is the basic of file management. For this we'll go to page number 42. Actually, it is not page number 42, it is page number 59. In page number 59, in this table 6.1, we have been given that how the papers are to be arranged in a file. So as per these options, if you will arrange the statements in correct order, you will get B as the right answer. That is appendix to notes and correspondence, followed by standing guard file, precedent book or reference folder. Then will come other papers, if any, referred to, the latest being placed on the top. And finally you will put recorded files, if any, arranged in chronological order, the latest being placed on the top. Now let's discuss question number 8. Which of the following statements are correct regarding broad functions and responsibilities of a secretary of a department? For this, we'll go to page 29. So secretary is the administrative head of the ministry. It is right. He is principal advisor of the minister in all matters of policy and administration. That is also right. He is complete. His responsibility is complete and undivided. That is also right. And he is also the chief accounting authority. So all options are correct. So option B is the right option. Question number 9 says, which of the following statements regarding a note are correct? So let's go to page number 77 to check the right answer. Note is remarks recorded on a case to facilitate its disposal. That is a basic definition. A note is recorded by dealing officer. That is also right. And why he records note? So that other officers in the hierarchy can do decision making. A note is submitted only to seek approval of competent authority. It's not the only note, is either to seek approval or for information. So this only word has to be checked carefully whenever you are solving questions in exam. You have to specifically look for these extreme words. So that makes this option incorrect. Functional approach to noting categorizes the note on type of cases and quantum of noting to be done. For this we have to go to page number 85. So here in table 7.1 we can see that functional approach to noting divides the cases into type and the quantum noting required. UPSC is also asked that what are problem solving cases, or they can ask this quantum noting required, and then in options you can get ephemeral, repetitive, problem solving or policy. So you have to learn all these different categories. So option 4 is also the right option. So in this case we have 1, 2 and 4 is the right option. Question number 10. Which of the following statements regarding OM are correct? For this we'll go to page number 95. So basically the definition of OM is given as separate statements. So if we have read the definition of OM properly, we'll be able to answer all these statements. So OM is generally used for communicating decisions to the department, including attached offices. It is generally used for this purpose. It's right. OM is also used for consultation between relevant ministries. So no, that is written by note. OM is written in the first person. No, it's written in the third person. OM is also used for seeking and providing information among sections within a ministry. Yes, that is also right. Correct answer is A, 1 and 4. Which of the following statements regarding the procedure pertaining to making references to constitutional authorities are not correct? For this we'll go to page number 99. So in this table 8.1 we can see the procedure for referencing to various constitutional authorities. So in case of Rajya Sabha or Lok Sabha, it has to be directed to the concerned Secretary General. In option serial number 1 we can see that. So it cannot be directed directly to Speaker or Chairman. You have to go to the bureaucrats first, not to the minister directly. In case of Attorney General, it has to be directed by the Ministry of Law and Justice, so that is also incorrect. In case of CAG, you have to go through Ministry of Finance, not directly to CAG. Reference to UPSC has to be made to Secretary of UPSC, not to the Chairman of UPSC. So all these statements are incorrect. So question is asking which of the following are not correct. So all are not correct. So correct option is C. Question number 12. Which of the following statements regarding review of periodical reports returns are correct? On page number 160, we will see the right answer. So objective is to eliminate unnecessary reports and returns. That is yes, one of the objectives. Review will be conducted at the level of director in the ministry. No, at least JS or above officer can do the review. And the periodicity of the review is not 5 years, it is 3 years. So both option statement 2 and 3 are wrong. If you want to solve the question by elimination, and if you are very sure that an officer of JS or above is the concerned authority to review, you can directly eliminate options which has 2 as a statement given in them. So you are left with only 2 options, and when you know that option 1 is sounding correct or it's one of the basic objectives, you can directly reach the right answer, which is option C. Let's again see the option statement 4 also. One of the objectives to the review is to design reports and returns which do not provide information data in a usable form. Yes, this is also a very basic requirement for doing this exercise. Question number 13. Which of the following issues are not required to be taken up for redressal of grievances? So now UPSC generally, whenever asking not, none of the above, puts the word not in bold. But still, we have to make a practice that whenever we are reading the question, we do not have to skip this word. We have to look for this word very carefully, and if not is asked, we have to answer accordingly. So for this, we'll go to page number 181. So in this you can see that all these issues do not need to be taken up for grievances, as in our government setup we have designated institution for all these cases, like personal and family disputes will be handled by family courts, RTI matters are being dealt by CIC. Okay, so option A is the right option. And question number 14, it is asked that which of the following statements in the context of CPSEs are again not correct. CPSE is a company under the administrative control of central ministry in which more than 40% of equity is held by central government. So CPSEs are generally those authorities in which at least 50% is held by the government, so that they are the majority owner of the CPSE. Let's go to page 24 to see the official definition. Yes, so at least 50% or more by, not 50%, more than 50% actually, are owned by central government, just to cross that 50% mark. It also covers certain statutory corporations. Yes, it definitely covers, and examples are also given like Airport Authority of India, Food Corporation of India, and likewise. The shares of CPSEs are held by Prime Minister of India or his nominees. So here, if you have read polity or if you have a general idea of our constitution and government setup, generally all these decisions are made or ownership is of president or his nominees. So we can read that share of CPSEs are held by President of India or his nominees. The departmentally run public enterprises and insurance corporations are also covered. Yes, they are also covered. No, this is wrong. They are not covered. So option 4 is wrong. So only option 2 is right. So we are asked which of these statements are not correct. So option 1, 3 and 4 are not correct. So right answer is A. Which of the following statements regarding integrated headquarters of Ministry of Defence are correct? These headquarters comprise Army, Naval headquarters and Air headquarters only. Again the word only is here. So let's see page 23. It also includes Defence Staff Headquarters. Option 1 is wrong. These IHQ is associated in formulation of policies in relation to matters concerning the defense of India and armed forces. That is correct. They would be responsible for providing executive directions required in the implementation of policies laid down by the Ministry of Defense. Again, that's correct. That's the basic definition of and work of ISQ. They shall exercise delegated administrative and financial powers. Yes, they shall exercise delegated administrative and financial powers. So option 2, statement 2, 3 and 4 are right. So the right answer is C. Question number 16 is on the key areas in digitization strategy framework. So for that we'll go to page number 183. So the key areas in the digitization strategy framework are all of above. You can read them one by one from the PDF. The right answer will be B. Which of the following steps are not covered under phase 1 of digitization approach of e-office digitization framework? So there are two phases, phase 1 and phase 2. Let's see the right answer. So in phase 1, identification of documents which are candidates for preparation is included. Then selection of data within the identified documents, that is also included. Decision on the phasing or sequencing is also part. But the last statement, user education and training, is part of phase 2. So actually there are not 2 but 3 phases. So we are only asked about steps not part of phase 1. So definitely step 4 is not part of phase 1, it's part of phase 2. The right answer is D, 4 only. Which of the following are not in consonance with the main guidelines on grievance redressal mechanisms? So grievance redressal is also a very important part of MOP, and definitely one question will come on this topic as has been coming in previous years. Let's go to page number 180. Para 14.4. So the guidelines on grievance redressal says that a grievance should be disposed within 45 days, not 3 months. So statement 1 is wrong. A well-reasoned speaking reply should be given. That is right. Every Friday of the week has been earmarked. No, every Wednesday. And timing is also not what is given in question. The timing is from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. So we are asked about incorrect statements. So options 1 and 3 are incorrect. The right answer is option A. Question 19. Which of the following statements regarding the Government of India AOB 1961 are not correct? So we have generally 2 rules: allocation of business rules and then transaction of business rules. So students have a lot of confusion between these 2 rules, and UPSC checks the knowledge of student about these 2 rules, the basics of these 2 rules, and that's why this question is here. So we'll go to page number 21 to see the right answer. So the first statement is allocation of business rules seeks to define the authority, responsibility and obligations of each department in the matter of disposal of business allotted to it. No, that's not right. This is part of transaction of business rules. So you can see in para 2.3 subpara 2, it says that TOB seeks to define the authority, responsibility and obligations of each department. So option 1 is incorrect. Statement 2. These rules allocate the business of government among its different departments which are assigned to the charge of the ministries by the President on the advice of Prime Minister. Yes, we all know that. That's what we also read, which work is to be done by which ministry and which department. Statement 3. These rules also specify cases or classes of cases to be submitted to the President, PM or the Cabinet or its committees for prior approval. Again, this is included in definition of TOB rules 1961. So statement 3 is also incorrect. Similarly, statement 4 is also talking about TOB, not AOB. So statement 1, 3 and 4 are incorrect, so which gives us the right answer as A. Now I'll go to the last question of this video, which is question number 20, and it is regarding review and reading of records. So for that I'll go to page number 130. Para 10.9 speaks about review and reading of records. The statement 1 says the category C file will be reviewed on the expiry of the specified retention period and weeded out unless there are sufficient grounds warranting its further retention. Yes, that's the basic principle for dealing with category 3 files. For category A file, they'll be reviewed on attaining the 30th year of their life. No, they'll be reviewed on attaining the 25th year of their life. Then the year of review for category 3 files will be reckoned with year of their opening, and for category A and B files with reference to year of their closing. Now it's actually reverse. For category C files, it is from the year of their closing, and for A and B, it is from the year of their opening. So statement 3 is also incorrect. Beginning in January each year, the departmental record room will send to sections the files due for review in that year. So that is correct. So we are left with only two correct options, which is 1 and 4. So the right answer is B. So guys, we'll be shortly coming up with more such informative videos, and we'll be discussing the complete paper 2 in coming videos. You can subscribe to our channel and like this video and share it with your friends and students who are preparing for Ldce exam, so that they can get the maximum benefit. We'll also share the link of the official MOP, GFR and parliamentary rules in the description section, so that you can refer to the official text and the correct answers for these questions. Thank you. See you soon.